Such a good view of all the little people Ryujin wants to crush under their corporate heels.
You're right on time. Thanks to your lack of self-control, I've had quite the mess on my hands. But, as much as I hate to say it, it did allow us to thoroughly scrub Ularu's computer and find the evidence that justified your actions.
So Imogene was innocent. My gut didn't sit right with her being the mole.
Yes, you made the right call. I briefed Masako and discussed her plans on delivering the news to the board. We've decided to run with the truth. Ularu was the mole, she framed Imogene, and the situation was taken care of. Of course, the public, along with the rest of the corporation, will receive a much different version. Very well. Just don't expect too much. Not all board members condone brute force methods. Now that you've been briefed, let's attend a meeting. We called you all together to discuss a recent security breach. We discovered a mole within the company who leaked vital information about Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd.
You've got to be kidding me.
Well, judging on the fact that neither Ularu nor Vina are here, I assume it's one of them.
Ularu being the more likely candidate.
Before you speculate any further, Lyndon is correct. Ularu was discovered to be a mole for Infinity Ltd. Our operative here confirmed it, and the situation was dealt with.
Ularu simply confessed to something this big?
Ularu would only confess if she thought she could turn the situation in her favor.
Enough! We can discuss the handling later. The pressing situation remains. Lucas Drexler was given vital information on Project Dominion, and we can't allow him to use it. Vina is completing the internal neuroamp prototype as we speak. Our operative will receive the implant, infiltrate Infinity Ltd., and obtain any and all research. I have it on good authority the experimentations they've done to replicate the missing pieces of our work have resulted in fatalities.
I can't imagine the mess their legal department has on their hands.
If I may make a suggestion, we should give this evidence to David at SSNN. It's the best neutral method of releasing this information to the general public.
That'd make my job easier.
David it is, then.
Masako, the internal neuroamp is ready if you want to send down the candidate.
I hope you're ready for this. Vina will be waiting for you in the neuroamp division in R&D. Once you're done, meet me in my office. Be ready to discuss the details of your next assignment.
Are you sure you're okay? Damn. Where the hell did I put that torch?
They really try hard to not look evil.
Double check those measurements.
Hey, I'm a tree. We totally can't be doing evil here.
Ah,
You're not
here's
fooling
my lucky
anyone, pal.
candidate. I hope you're ready to embark on one amazing journey. Yes, I always love a willing subject. Now, just a few details before we begin. Obviously, we'll be putting you under. I'll be making a small incision in the back of your skull where the internal neuroamp will be fitted. The whole procedure should only take 3 to 4 hours with little to no downtime afterwards, provided DeMarcus got everything entered correctly.
Did I not just say I quadruple-checked the numbers?
You know I'm just giving you a hard time. Besides, I've got to make sure my patient is reassured. Of course. We've got, what, 5 PhDs between the two of us?
6, but who's counting?
All I'm saying is that you're in good hands. Now, just lie down on the table once you're ready, and we should be good to go.
Warning. This unit does not possess advanced
Like corporations don't control people enough as is.
All right, let's get this party started. Well, well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing. So, how are you feeling? You look good? That's exactly what we want. Just a couple quick notes before using the internal neuroamp. First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary, so be prepared if you use it in a combat situation. Great. Now let's test this sucker out. DeMarcus has graciously volunteered for science, he says. That's the spirit. DeMarcus loves being hands-on and experiencing things on his own. It's probably why he's the second most published scientist here, after me. Just head up the stairs nearby to the observation deck.
Warning. This unit is not suited for addressing.
Neat trick. But the implications? We should burn the whole place to the ground.
Oh my god, that was incredible. What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it! I can hardly wait to finish writing up my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
I'll be keeping myself under constant surveillance now. I'm curious if any other side effects may manifest.
So, tell me all about it. How did it feel? Any side effects? Yes! Good. Hear that, DeMarcus? That's 2 for 2 now.
I heard. It really was fascinating how all I experienced was a moment of disorientation. It's truly remarkable tech. When it comes to your job, you bet it does. Besides, the neuroamp is in total control. If a subject's morals or beliefs in something are strong enough, we still see points of failure. That being said, it's been interesting to discover the actions our subjects sanction in their own minds.
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential of this amazing piece of technology I created, Masako wants to see you. It sounds like you have an assignment to complete, and DeMarcus and I have a lot of notes to record.
Can't get anything done around here without running into
They know how to make a client feel welcome up here. My company's future might be riding on this deal.
Now that you've been outfitted with the internal neuroamp, it's time to put that tech to work. We're sending you into Infinity Ltd. Lucas Drexler is about to learn exactly why you don't steal from Ryujin Industries. No, death is too good for our enemies. We prefer to teach them hard lessons and give them the rest of their lives to reflect on their mistakes. Behind bars. All right. Yuko has provided a layout of Infinity Ltd. You have two options for this assignment. We'll be providing you with the means for both. Option A, you gain entry through their maintenance access on the roof. Option B, we give you an assigned identity and arrange a meeting for you. Just hope those acting skills don't get you caught or killed. Now, depending on your preference, you'll either find yourself in the maintenance hallway or the marketing department. From there, you have 3 targets. First, you have Lucas Drexler's computer, located in his office on the executive floor. Second is Faye Sengsavan's computer, in research and development. And third, you need to obtain the prototype they are working on, also in R&D. That's what we're counting on. Now, I had Yuko work with Dalton to create a program that you need to run on both Lucas and Faye's computers. I'll let him explain the details.
As soon as SSNN exposes Infinity Ltd., all of their data is going to come under intense scrutiny. We only want the public to know about their mercenary hires and unauthorized human trials. Project Dominion itself must remain confidential. This slate holds an overseer program that will gather the evidence we need and purge anything related to Ryujin and the internal neuroamp. While marketing is not my specialty, I've no doubt that Genevieve would agree.
Well, so much for freedom of the press, or accountability.
If the media were to draw their own conclusions, I'm certain they'd just create a panic among people. Controlling the narrative is of the utmost importance.
I don't know. Maybe some goddamn panic is warranted.
We also want to avoid a body count on this assignment. A murder report will only distract from what we are trying to accomplish here. Which is why I might suggest you leave your associate behind.
Yes, and lucky for us, Imogene was able to provide some information that may help you while inside. She's agreed to meet you in New Atlantis, where she can give you the locker key card of a disgruntled R&D employee. It should make your traversal through that department much easier. Yes. Having her back in the office will help restore some normalcy around here.
We're also issuing you an operative suit. Well, the person you could take that up with is no longer with us now, is she? So, any final questions before you go? Good luck. And be sure to report directly back to me when you return.
Here's your operative suit, the Overseer program, and your cover identity. Yuko's team has encoded your cover ID card with roof entry and elevator access. So, that's your ticket in either way. Your name is Skylar Lumin, head of a small startup company called Lumin Interactive. We trust you can fill in the rest, should more information be needed.
I look forward to listening to SSNN when you return.
This deal could be huge for my company.
Only ever visited here before I joined Constellation.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking.
You look like...
Now, this meeting is more like it. I admit, I had my doubts that Dalton would believe the evidence, but I'm glad he pulled through. Oh, yes, I'm sure you missed your old boss. I reached out to a disgruntled colleague of mine, since, as far as Infinity Ltd is concerned, I technically still work there. He's willing to help see Infinity pay for what they're doing, so he's given me the key card to his locker. In it, he's left his R&D uniform, along with his ID card, so you can get inside the department floor. With that uniform, the guards will hardly look twice. Once you're done with Infinity, I'm supposed to remind you to make sure you drop off that slate to David Barron at SSNN. I didn't think so, but the execs like to be sure. Here's the locker keycard. It's on the first general office floor. I admit I'm a little jealous, but they got the right person running this assignment.
We don't get very many visitors here. Hello. Did you have an appointment with us today? Ah, yes. From Lumin Interactive. The elevator here will take you to the marketing floor. Once you arrive, you'll want to talk to Ellis Ortiz. He's the receptionist there and will be happy to help you.
Hey, if you need something, I'll find some way to occupy myself.
Welcome to Infinity Ltd. Excuse me. If you just have a seat, I can notify Miss Hart that you've arrived. I'll go notify Miss Hart that you're here. Feel free to use any of the facilities on the floor while you wait. The break room and bathrooms are just around the corner.
We're under attack.
Take cover, now!
Hey,
You're
you're not supposed to be
trespassing.
back here.
I'm calling security.
Leave now.
Well, this
or
is your
else.
last
You don't
warning.
belong here.
Leave now!
I'm calling security.
You're not
This is
supposed to be
hopeless!
here.
I'm out! This area's only for employees.
Help! We're under attack!
This is pointless!
You don't look familiar.
Taking heavy losses! I'm going for it! Cover me!
My patience has run out.
This is private property. You can't...
Come on! I'm
You made a bullet for the company.
I'm out of here!
They don't pay me enough for this.
This is hopeless! I'm out!
Lay down some fire!
Can't do this! I lost them.
That's it.
Where'd you go?
Take him down! One way, this ends!
This should be... Knew I should have taken that vacation. Where'd he run off to?
Go! Move!
Damn it! You won't get away.
Ah, I knew I should have taken that vacation.
Give me some cover!
I guess it was nothing.
What the?
Help! Oh, we're on...
Ready to tackle whatever the stuff. Let's do it. Another day, another bad guy.
Take him down!
You good? Well, they don't need it.
It all starts with the seed to steal farmers' land.
Run away!
It's important that the people of the United Colonies can trust their primary news source. Can I help you? Well, I'll be the judge of that. What's this so-called story about? All right, I'll take a look. I don't suppose you want to tell me how you got this evidence. I figured as much. Is there at least a name I can cite as my source? Why am I not surprised? As long as the evidence is adequate and verifiable, I expect it'll be aired within the hour, if not sooner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I obviously have some work to do.
This could be the most important.
I believe you were specifically told that we did not want a body count on this assignment. Faye's death may be a pain point, but at least Lucas is still alive to face the incoming consequences. Wrong. The execution matters just as much. Something you should have learned by now. All the tools at your disposal, and yet here we are. I hope you at least attempted to use the internal neuroamp. The deceased may think otherwise. So now it's just a waiting game for SSNN to break the news. Once the story airs, we have another board meeting scheduled to decide how to handle Infinity. Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
The murders are believed to be linked to a new investigation where Drexler would have been accused of numerous violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself and the competitor have yet to be confirmed. This has been David Barron for SSNN.
Perfect. This exposure puts Infinity right where we want them. The meeting will begin momentarily, but I want you to discuss the options we have with the other members. Infinity's net worth is about to hit rock bottom, so this gives us the opportunity to win a little more public faith. This isn't an act of mercy. It's a marketing ploy. The truth is, we'll be making evaluations. We'll shed any employees who don't make the cut, slowly but surely. By incorporating Infinity, we eliminate a competitor, get their best employees and contracts, and all while boosting our public perception.
No good deed goes unpunished by the lot of you.
We've already done some initial evaluations, so I'm certain of it. Infinity has a lot of appeal being in New Atlantis. I'm sure plenty of brilliant minds are there because they prefer the location. Plus, there's always that handful of people that think they've got something to prove by not working for Ryujin. As if other corporations are really any better. It is the right thing for Ryujin. Which is why I'd like you to talk to the board to convince them this is the right move. There are several who might disagree, and you have the perfect tool to help sway them.
Wow. Already using your little toy against fellow employees. That didn't take long.
Do I need to have your associate escorted out of the building?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings? Well, it wouldn't be the first time I got kicked out for throwing the truth in someone's face.
If you think I make these decisions lightly, you're sadly mistaken. Besides, maintaining Infinity Ltd. is the most beneficial outcome for all sides. I'd think even you could agree with that.
Sure, I can agree with the outcome, just not the method of getting it. If it's really so beneficial, your board members should recognize that and not even need this kind of persuasion.
Fine. Whether or not you use the internal neuroamp is up to you, but I still want results. You'll find most of the board members in their offices preparing. Vina is also here, waiting for the meeting to start. We'll need at least 50% of the vote to go our way. In the event of a tie, I will make the final decision. I trust you'll get it done.
Never quite had a friend like you.